Hey, social media. It's I, the Iron Father, and this is Dad Fitness. I will be posting this on IG and on Facebook, so you can check it on either one or both. I mean, I would appreciate either way. Anyway, so I am currently in Leeds Township, which is next to Ambridge in Pennsylvania, which is approximately a half an hour drive to Pittsburgh, closest major city. Uh, Personally, I found everything that I pretty much need. I found GNC supplements for any supplements that I will buy. Although currently I have everything I need at this current time, um, I'll just keep using that till I run out. I'm actually going to make a run up north to my apartment to kind of clean up and get everything packed away. So I probably will buy more while I'm there. Situation in terms of housing. $200 a week, everything in. So that means my utilities, my internet, parking, things like that, all in. It's a room. I'm sharing accommodations with two other guys. It is what it is. I mean, honestly, compared to some of my Canadian brothers that are here, they're having a problem trying to find even a place that's kind of cheaper so they can save something. But as far as I know, everyone that's renting out knows about the per diems, so they're trying to get the per diems from, the Canadians and whomever else is far enough away that they can get per diem. My situation, I got lucky. I found this on Craigslist. Yes, it actually still operates and still works, which we do not have anything like Kijiji. So if you want, you have to go on like Facebook Marketplace. Gym is 5 minutes drive away. It's called Muscles Gym, which I love because to me it's like a mom and pop place. It's a great gym for $20 a month or $100 a year. I could pay the $100 a year, but again, I mean, I don't really want to do that. I kind of like the idea of month to month, and it saves me long term or short term. Anyway, 15 minutes drive to the parking lot where I get shuttled into the job site. So that's nice that way. I'm also close to groceries, a liquor store, Walmart's about maybe a couple miles away. Giant Eagle is kind of like the Loblaws of Pennsylvania. So that's where I do my groceries. Also, they have a points card so you can kind of save on stuff. So it's not bad, actually. I saved quite a bit of money just on initial startups. Cost of living. So gas is relatively cheaper here. Not by a lot, but enough. I mean, it takes me $40 US to fill my tank, which is roughly about 15 gallons or 60 liters. So there's that. Jiu-jitsu. I did find one. It's in a place called Manaka. I may be enunciating that wrong. I'm sorry. For us, some of us would say Monica, but again, we'd be enunciating it incorrectly. It's there. I will probably post as I go. So there's that. And then I will be attending jiu-jitsu, but I would rather not say, definites. I would just rather just go and do it. In terms of the cost, however, he's charging $200 a month to train unlimited. That's what he told me. Some purple belt or blue belt is charging $200, and I don't think that's right. Unless you had a black belt, I don't see the point of that much to charge, right? Everything else relatively is inexpensive. I mean, oil I find is cheaper here to put into my car because I just did an oil change on my car. Tools are, some of them are pretty cool. I got a telescoping ratcheting wrench, so bonuses there. Terms of shopping, I'm not really much into the shopping right now. I mean, I found places for my supplements. I found places for my acai berry, which I didn't have a Cardish or a natural food pantry, but I did find a DeWalt's, which has the acai that I look for. So big shout out to DeWalt's there. So there's that. Now, the work situation. 4 10-hour days, 2 8-hour days, so 56 hours total, time and a half for 16 hours, so that's okay. you basically get a morning break and a lunch break, because I don't really see the point of an afternoon break. You kind of like messes up, the production for me anyway. In terms of production, there is supposed to be 11 million miles of cable, or 17.6 million kilometers of cable to be pulled, and there's less than 1% pulled. So there's a lot of work here. Our visas as Canadians are only good for 1 year, but I'm hoping that it may be extended to 2. If it is extended to 2, then great. My entire idea here was to have an adventure, get back to myself before I move to Ottawa, and make some money so I can look at, debt free and looking at buying a house later, things like that. Politics. Let's not get into that, shall we? It's kind of upsetting, really. Quality of my American counterparts. I'm gonna say, for the most part, I'm decent. I think they're all decent guys, but I find the quality is somewhat lacking. I find my superiority complex in terms of Canadians being superior electricians as a whole has been substantiated. It's unfortunate, but that's the way the ball bounces. Yeah. So in terms of costs and things are working out well. I plan on being out of debt in everything that I have in terms of debt, annihilated way before Christmas. So anyway, supplements, I will probably end up coming up to Canada on the American Thanksgiving to kind of tidy up some odds and sods back home. And I will probably buy more supplements while I'm there to make sure that I'm not going to run out. In terms of things like Amazon, I've had to change my Amazon. Will I do a lot of online shopping? Actually, I'm going to try and keep that to a minimum as well. I really don't want to spend a whole lot. I'd rather save it. Kitamat taught me a lot of things, and one of them was to make sure that you have money and not just buy shit. This last 2 years has been quite a lot of self-discovery and a lot of discovery as a whole. So I hope everyone in Instagram will still continue to watch my journey as it unfolds. I will probably release more in terms of my journey there. I try to keep it off Facebook because I want it to be kind of more personal to the people who are following me. And I do appreciate those that do follow me, and I would like, more followers, but I'm not going to be doing things that are like super crazy. So anyway, in terms of everything, I mean, it's an adventure so far. A lot of my American counterparts I'm very happy with. I know a lot of them kind of ask and kind of put A, and it's kind of a joke. So if anyone out there is getting ribbed about it, develop a thick skin, Nancy, because you're just getting buckled in and getting screwed anyway for the ride. So you may as well just enjoy it while you can. In terms of working out, been hitting the gym pretty much 7 days a week. Try to, once in a while I might slip up and sleep in, but I usually make up for it at the end of the day. Probably won't do that anymore if I go to jiu-jitsu, so I have to make sure that I'm up at 3, work out, go to work, come, and then go straight to jiu-jitsu, Monday to Friday. Saturday is an open mat, and I can't make it, so I'm not going to sit there and say that I can. Sunday, again, no one does Sundays. As far as I've been able to see in the last few years, no one does Sundays in Ottawa, no one does Sundays back in Regina, no one does Sundays here, no one does Sundays in Brazil. Brazil I expect because it's Catholic, so I can see them saying on Sunday, let there be, God. But I mean, to me, it was communing with God with slapping hands and then hitting one and then rolling on the floor with, my buddies and my bros. So anyway, that's the life in a nutshell for the Iron Father. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you found it was informative. I will probably be adding more videos as time progresses, so hope you guys will sit around and enjoy the ride. And remember, Iron Fathers aren't built, they're forged. I'll check you later. Have a good one.